Hello, welcome back to this new video from Guidancy Education channel. In this video, we are going to discuss 3 problems related to vernier caliper. First, we will do a very simple problem and then proceed to more complex ones. But before we continue, please watch the video completely so that you get all points cleared. And if you think the video is useful, like the video, share the video and also leave your comment in the comment box below. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe my channel now and also press the bell button near it so that you get intimated as soon as videos are posted. Thank you very much. Now let us read the problem. A vernier caliper has 20 vernier scale divisions. Its least count is 0.2 millimeter. If the main scale division is 1 millimeter, find the number of main scale divisions coinciding with the vernier scale division. Assume that it has no zero error. So this is an ideal vernier caliper. Okay. There are 20 vernier scale divisions. Main scale division magnitude is given. One main scale division is equal to 1 millimeter. Least count is equal to 0.2 millimeter. But the number of main scale division coinciding with the 20th vernier scale division is not given. So we have to find out the number of the main scale division coinciding with the 20th vernier scale division. Least count is given. There are 2 formulae for finding out the least count of the vernier caliper. Least count is equal to S by N equal to 1 main scale division minus 1 vernier scale division. We can use any one of this, but which one will give the number of the main scale division coinciding with the 20th vernier scale division? If we use the formula least count is equal to S by N, least count is given, S is given, N also is given, but it cannot give the number of main scale division coinciding with the 20th vernier scale. So we will use this formula, that is 1 main scale division minus 1 vernier scale division. Let us substitute. 0.2 mm is equal to 1 mm minus 1 VSD, that we do not know. How do we calculate the magnitude of 1 vernier scale division? We know that the magnitude of 1 vernier scale division is equal to the number of main scale division coinciding with the vernier scale division divided by total number of vernier scale divisions. Let us suppose there are X main scale divisions, then 1 vernier scale division is equal to X by 20. So substituting this value in this equation, we will get least count 0.2 mm is equal to 1 main scale division, that is 1 mm minus X by 20 mm. This is 20 minus X by 20. So cross multiply. 0.2 into 20 is equal to 20 minus X. This becomes 4. 4 is equal to 20 minus X. For convenience, we will write it as 20 minus X is equal to 4. 20 minus 4 is equal to X. So that is 16 is equal to X. What is this X? It is the nth main scale division coinciding with the 20th vernier scale division. So we understand 16th main scale division is coinciding with the 20th vernier scale division. That is n vernier scale division is equal to n minus 4 main scale division. Answer for this question is 16. So the number of main scale division coinciding with the vernier scale division is 16. I hope it is clear. We will proceed to the next problem. Let us see the second problem. This is a continuation of the first problem. Let us read it. Length of the edge of a cube is measured using the above vernier. 0 of the vernier lies in front of the 18th main scale division and 7th vernier scale division coincides with a main scale. What will be the edge size in centimeter if the vernier has a zero error of A negative 0.3 millimeter, positive 0.3 millimeter or no zero error. So actually there are 4 questions here and it is stated that the vernier scale used is the vernier scale that is already mentioned in the previous problem. So we need the specifications from that problem. One main scale division is equal to 1 millimeter. Least count is equal to 0.2 millimeter. When measurement is taken, main scale reading is 18 millimeter. Vernier scale coinciding is 7th division and the least count is 0.2 millimeter. So vernier scale reading is equal to 7 into 0.2 equal to 1.4 millimeter. So putting it together we get 18 plus 1.4 equal to 19.4 millimeter. This has to be given in centimeter. So this becomes 1.94 centimeter. So the edge length is 1.94 centimeter. This will be the reading if the vernier has no zero error, that is for C. Now correction for zero error. For negative zero error, correction is positive. So answer for A 1.94 plus the error is given in millimeter. So plus 0.03 centimeter. This value becomes 1.97 centimeter. For section B, the error is positive. So correction is negative. It becomes 1.94 minus 0.03 centimeter. That will be equal to 1.91 centimeter. This is the answer for B. For section C, when there is no zero error, the answer is already given, that is equal to 1.94 centimeter. The same vernier caliper cannot have all these 3 conditions together. It will be either having no error or having a positive error or having a negative error. We considered all these 3 cases for the same problem so that you understand all the details clearly. Now we will pass on to the third problem where we will also incorporate application of appropriate significant figures in the answer. Now let us do the third problem. This is a continuation of the previous problems. So we will need data from that problem. Okay. If the mass of the cube is 3.462 gram, what will be the density in appropriate significant figures? It has no zero error. So we have to consider the case where there is no zero error. We have to also consider the significant figures when you give the density. We have to calculate the density. Mass is given. Density is equal to mass by volume. For calculating volume of the cube, we have the edge length of the cube, which we found as equal to 1.94 centimeter. This is edge length. So volume is equal to 1.94 raised to 3. Because it is a cube and all sides are equal, length into breadth into height. And this comes to 7.30184 centimeter cube. So that is the volume. You have now the mass given here. We have calculated the volume. So substituting these values, density D is equal to 3.462 divided by 7.30184. We can use a calculator and the value that you get is 0.47412. 7069. So this is the density that you get. Here it is gram, here it is centimeter cube. Before we give the final value, we have to consider the appropriate significant figures. I hope you know the trick. For addition and subtraction, we consider the figure with the least decimal point. And for multiplication and division, we consider figure with the least significant figure. Here it is multiplication and division, so we consider the least number of significant figures. Okay? This is the figure with the least significant figures and it is equal to 4. So we have to have 4 significant figures in the answer. We have to consider the rules of significant figures. 0 preceding the decimal point is not significant. So 4 significant figures will come up to 4741. Consider the rules of rounding off figures. 9 is greater than 5, so the preceding number 6 becomes 7. 7 greater than 5, the preceding 0 becomes 1. It is less than 5, so the preceding 7 is not affected. So 7 is greater than 5, so the preceding 2 becomes 3. But 3 is less than 5, so the preceding 1 does not change. In this case, there is no need to start from the end figure. The number to be dropped is 2, and even if it increases by 1, it will be less than 5. So you can directly drop all the other figures and give the answer as 0.4741 gram per centimeter cube. That is the density. So density is equal to 0.471 gram per centimeter cube. Now, since the density is 0.47, it is much less than water. So, if they ask an additional question as to whether this cube will float in water or not, you can right away write the answer that it will float, because the density of water is 1, here the density is only 0.4. I hope this video was really useful. We will meet in the next video with another important topic. Thank you. I hope it is clear. We will meet in the next video with the next topic.